All right. Hey, everyone. Matt Morris. Welcome to the live. I am excited to deliver to you today. This morning, I was writing my daily email newsletter, which, if you're subscribed over at mattmorris.com, you know I deliver daily coaching to your email every single day. And I talked about a strategy that's earned me millions of dollars, and that is very simply to do more than what is expected, to over deliver and to do more than what you're paid for. And I told the story that if you're on the newsletter, you'll see it. But long story short, it is a strategy that's allowed me to earn millions of dollars. It's a strategy that's allowed me to become the number one income earner in 3 different network marketing companies. And it's a strategy that just always works. And I thought, you know what? I better practice what I preach. And so I wanted to hop on and do a live today. And I believe this live may be the most value of any live I've ever done, because today what I'm going to teach you is how I've personally sponsored hundreds of people. In fact, if you look at in general, I sell books and stuff like that as well. I've made thousands of sales through social media. And so I want to show you how I've been able to do that. I want to show you exactly how I've been able to build a following of over 800,000 people, how I generate leads every single day reaching out to me. And so this may be one that you may want to save. If you want to give some value to some others, definitely share this, because listen, this is the number one question that I've gotten certainly over the last 6 months or so since the pandemic has hit. And, people were already wanting to recruit and sell on social media. And then when the pandemic happened, it exploded in the biggest ways. And the people who are taking advantage of it are crushing it. Many people are absolutely crushing it. And then there's many others who have a learning curve and you haven't quite figured it out. You're lost. You don't know the first thing to do. And so today I'm going to be sharing my screen with you and I'm going to walk you through the 4-step system. So if you're ready, let me know in the comments, say I am ready, and we will kick this baby off. So let me do this. I'm going to share my screen with you and give you some visuals as we go through this. Looks like we got a bunch of people who have popped on already. Let me share the screen and we will dive into this baby. All right. You guys should be seeing my screen now. And let me just pop in here. All right. So social domination is really the system that I coined. Here's what I was taught 20 years ago. When it comes to network marketing, there's a simple 4 steps system. In fact, if you follow this, it'll work. If you don't follow this, it won't work. And that 4-step system was called IPET: invite, present, enroll, and train. And it was something I had never heard. I struggled for 5 years. I started implementing this system and understanding each of the 4 steps, and I crushed it. I went from 5 years of struggling, always spending more money than I was making, being frustrated, feeling defeated, feeling burned out, wondering if this network marketing thing is for me or not, to crushing it at the highest levels, building a team of 10,000 people in the next 2 years, becoming a number one earner, and ultimately building a team that's grown to over 2 million customers, producing over $2 billion in sales. And so that strategy works in a big way. But when it comes to recruiting and selling online, when I was trying to figure this out years ago, I didn't have the first idea how to do it. And what I knew is I needed to create a simple system. And that's where I came up with these 4 steps. And so when you master these 4 steps and you're able to get things flowing, what I want you to imagine for a minute is just imagine thousands of people seeing your content every single day. So every time you post on Instagram or Facebook or one of the other social media channels you may be on, I personally focus on Instagram and Facebook. Imagine thousands of people seeing all of your posts. Imagine waking up every single morning to hot leads direct messaging you. Imagine receiving daily thank you messages for the positive impact that you've had on people's lives. And I will tell you, it is such a rewarding experience to have so many people. In fact, every day, someone reaching out, whether it's email, direct message, a comment, whatever it is, someone saying thank you for the influence you had on my life. And I just believe if you put good things out, you'll get good things back. And so this brings me to the 3 magic words that I focus on. If you want to know these 3 magic words, they're fairly simple. and it's this: consistently add value. If you consistently add value to others, guess what happens? You end up having success. You put good out and good comes back to you. So in the social media world, this is important that we do that. Now, there's value in different ways. The value that I tend to provide is personal development training. It is how-to training, it's leadership training, it's helping entrepreneurs become more successful and to become more powerful leaders. So if you're in networking, or if you have an online business, or if you're just a leader in general, that's kind of my wheelhouse. And so I want to rise people up to step into the potential that I know they have inside them. And so that's how I add value. Now, I follow a couple people online, and the value that they provide for me, in fact, one of them is a $1 million network marketing producer, and he puts funny memes out every day, a bunch of funny memes. Guess who I can't wait to see every day? His memes. And so he's adding value to me through entertainment. And so every once in a while, I add value through entertainment. And I'm going to break into this and break this down so you'll understand this a little bit better. So here are the 4 steps. It's attract, engage, connect, and close. Attract, engage, connect, and close. You want to memorize these, get these stuck in your head, because once you understand all 4 aspects, all 4 of the steps, you become unstoppable. And so the first phase is attract. And so realize in the social media world, it is a war for attention. And if you're not posting every day on social media, you're losing the war. If you look at the top influencers in the social media space, you take a look at that, they're posting every day. Some of them, if you look at like Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk and many others, they're posting 2 to 3, 4, 5 times or more every single day. But the bottom line is you need to be putting content out there if you want people to be attracted to you. Okay. Now, next is engage. So if content is king, no doubt, but engagement is queen. If you're posting comments, or if you're posting things online and no one's commenting and you have no engagement, the posting doesn't really do you a lot of good. Now, in the beginning, you'll not have a ton of engagement because you're kind of building up that following. When I first started out and had no following, it felt like crickets. And there are definitely strategies to get over the silence on there and to have people coming to you. And that's something that I'll give you a little bit today on. The next is connect. This is where you take it off of the timeline, take it off of the comments, and you go into the direct messages. And so this is where you learn to pique interest and see if people are open. And I'm going to give you my philosophy on this. I had a question the other day. I did a live coaching, a Q&A, and someone was asking, how do I get people who aren't interested? Like, a lot of people aren't interested. To me, those aren't my prospects. I'm looking for people who are open. And so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about turning your leads into sales, closing prospects. So we'll get into that. So let's talk about attract first, where you're posting content, because as we said earlier, content is what? Content is king. And so this is the attraction phase. And here's the question for you. Are you on social media, or are you using social media? Most people are on social media, but they're not using social media. Social media for them is simply entertainment. You get on and you mindlessly scroll. How many of you are guilty of this? I am, for sure. I'm raising my hand. If you're guilty of this, drop me a me in the comments. We all do it. In fact, every once in a while, I'm scrolling through and I realize I've been scrolling for 20, 30 minutes. Okay. So here's the whole point. We need to change our mindset as it relates to social media. We need to be intentional when we're on social media, so we're not just mindlessly scrolling and we start using social media. So there's 3 keys here. Number 1 is you post consistently every day. Have a strategy to post every day. I'm going to talk about how to make that very easy for you. Create connections and have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you're going to fail. The strategy is your map. If you want to travel from Dallas to New York and you don't have a map, how are you going to get to New York? You just kind of drive around aimlessly. And most networkers don't have a map. They don't have a strategy. So today, I want to help give you that strategy. And so you need to show up consistently, but how do you do it? Okay, so I'm going to give you a strategy here that will help you. So number 1, create posting categories. What are the overall overarching categories that you're going to use? Okay, I'm going to give you my categories. And so this is why it makes it easier for me to post, because I have kind of a general sense of what kind of categories I'm going to post in. And so number one, live videos. What I'm doing right now, I hop on and do live videos. And I will tell you, live videos are king. I mean, nothing gets the engagement of a live video. And if you're not doing live videos, you're missing out on a lot of engagement. You're missing out on a lot of potential leads. Now, do you have to do it? No, there's lots of influencers who don't do live videos at all. But I'm telling you, if you are willing to step up and do it, it can greatly, it will give you a quantum leap compared to others. And so I definitely recommend doing live videos. What do you talk about? Delivering value. What is something that you can deliver value on? And so one of mine, family and personal images. I want to build a connection. See, it's not, when I say deliver value, some people think, all right, I'm only going to deliver content. And content is great, but what creates buyers is connection. Because we've all heard the old saying, people buy from those they KLT, right? Know, like, and trust. And so you want to build a connection with others. And so I want to give people a glimpse into my life. And I post pictures of me on vacation. I post pictures of my children. So my family and personal images is one of the categories that I think is very important. Lifestyle and vacation. I just got back from Mexico, stayed in Tulum for a while. Cool, 2 different boutique resorts, very, very cool. Worked out at the Jungle Gym, where you've got these wooden weights, and the plates on the bar are stone. They've got baskets for the, pulling exercises. I mean, just amazing. So I'm taking pictures and videos, and I'm showing this. So lifestyle is a big category. Inspirational quotes. So this is something that I'm into. I love seeing inspirational quotes. And so it's something I put out. In fact, I recruited one guy who has actually earned me millions of dollars, because years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to start posting my favorite quotes. I'm just going to put them out there. It's easy to do, super easy to do. And it's meaningful for me, and it might touch someone else. And so I started putting quotes out. And I had a guy who responded after I put out one of those quotes, and he said, I love your quotes. What do you do? And I said, man, I'd love to talk to you about it. Why don't we hop on Skype? And he was not in the US, he was in Africa. I talked to him on the phone. I showed him a video for my company. He joined, he recruited some people who recruited some people who recruited a really powerful leader. And it's led to now tens of thousands of customers from putting out an inspirational quote. I mean, crazy, right? But that's just adding value. Next is personal development. So anything in the personal development realm. So I read all the time. I'm always learning. I like to take the insights and then I put them out there. And so part of what I do on my daily emails, this is an example on my mattmorris.com newsletter, is I read, I learn, and then I teach what I learn. And so that's something that if you're an entrepreneur, you should be learning anyway. You should always be growing, but don't just grow for you, grow for other people as well. Take what you're learning and give it to others. Next is entrepreneurship. So I'm posting random things. I mean, top entrepreneur movies, mindset of an entrepreneur, things to focus on as an entrepreneur. So that's one of the categories that I'm passionate about. I want to attract my people. Okay. Sometimes people are like, well, how do I get these people and these people and these people? Well, you don't need everyone. You want your people. You want people who have similar interests to you. Okay. I'm into personal development, inspiration, entrepreneurship, and those are the kind of people that I like to attract. And then the next category I have is deep insights. And so these are text posts. A lot of times, of course, on Instagram and even on Facebook, I'll put an image to go along with the deep insight. But it's just me thinking about life. It's me sharing my perspective on life, on parenting, on leadership, on relationships, on whatever it may be. Deep thoughts. So that's one of my categories. So when it comes to, all right, what are my posts going to be about this week? I can look at my categories and go, I need to do a live video. Let me grab or take a personal picture. Today, I'm going to go hang out and do something with the kids. We may go to a dog park or something like that. And so maybe I'll take a picture, or I'll do a story on Instagram about us being at the dog park and stuff that's happening there, giving people an insight into my life. So that's the attract phase. You need to be posting every day. Next is the engage phase. Now I'm going to give you some tips here. This is important. Don't expect engagement if you're not willing to engage. I have people who come to me for coaching all the time and they're like, I can't get anyone to engage on my posts. And I look at their posts and they have the people who do comment, they're not commenting back. So you need to be commenting back on everyone who's commenting. You need to be engaging on other people's profiles. Okay. Think of it kind of like a party. Social media is a big party and there's people everywhere. And if you show up to the party and you stand in the corner and you hold up a sign, like your post is like a sign, you hold up a sign, like, anyone want to hang out? Anyone want to hang out? And no one's coming to you hang out because you're not going and engaging with anyone. So you need to be out engaging. Hopefully that makes sense. Stop mindlessly scrolling. So be intentional. So as you're scrolling through, be looking at other people to post on. Go to influencers who have lots of activity happening on their posts and start engaging. Other people start seeing your posts and you start becoming more popular at the party. Okay. So again, you can't just stand in the corner. You need to be out engaging. Next, your post will show up more to the people you engage with. So if you're not engaging on your friend's post, they're unlikely to see your story. So how do you do that? Make it quick. So instead of mindlessly scrolling, you comment, and I'll give you some ideas and kind of my strategy philosophy on that. The other is, birthday. Wish people happy birthday. When Facebook or Instagram sees that you've actually sent a message, a direct message back and forth, they're more likely to show your posts to the people you're engaging with. So there you are, happy birthday messages or audios. I have a good friend, Simon Chan. He runs MLM Nation. He sends me a video every year on my birthday. I get a video of him singing me happy birthday. And he goes on a morning walk every day. Has 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are friends of his that have a birthday, and he sends them a quick message. And it's personalized and it's meaningful. I remember him because of it, and I see his posts all the time. Why? Because we engage with each other. Next, pre-engage before you post and before you go live. So go out there and engage in other people. That way, when your post shows up, you've recently engaged with them. They're more likely to see your post or see your live video. And have a few key phrases. So if you're wondering like, oh, what do I say? What do I say? These are kind of some examples. I love this. Thanks for sharing. Legend. Boom. So true, my friend. You're such a rock star. I agree. Genius. Love this post. Miss you, my friend. Doesn't have to be super long. You don't have to be spending hours. But when you're getting online and you're scrolling through and you're intentional, you be laser focused and you're like, boom, 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 boom. You're commenting on all these posts. Okay. And making the algorithm work for you. And so when people are commenting, you want to love every comment. You want to reply to every comment. And ideally, you get them to come back to your post. So you ask a question. So let's say you do a live video. You post, someone comments, and they say, love this, as an example. Say, oh, thank you so much. What part did you like the most? If it was a live video. And you're engaging in conversation. You're getting them to come back. So starting conversations. And the whole thing here is think about how Instagram and Facebook make money. The way they make money is through advertising, right? And the more people they have on their social media network, the more money they make, the more ads that they can run from advertisers, right? And so when, let's say, you are scrolling through and you comment on someone's post, and let's say your notifications are turned on, and the person whose post you commented on, you get a notification and it says so-and-so replied to your comment. You pull it up, you go back to the social media network to see what they said. Okay. And whether you comment or not, Facebook has seen, all right, this post, people like this post. It's causing people to come back to the social media network. And if they come back to the social media network, guess what? They make more money. And so you want to create conversations so you get your post seen by more people. And here's the thing, ask for what you want. So if you're doing a text-based post, if you have an image in the caption, ask for what you want. If you have a statement that you're making, do you agree or disagree? Okay. People are going to let you know. What do you think? Soliciting people's opinions. I do this one every once in a while. Drop me a hell yeah if you agree. And I get a ton of people saying, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And I will give you a quick tip here. The longer the comment is, the more it's going to work for the algorithm. So if it's just one or two sentences, it's not going to work as well as if you're saying, what do you think? And people are actually putting longer things in there, longer comments in there. Who else has an opinion? This is a great one where, you're soliciting people's opinion. People love to share their opinion. Okay. Heck, people like to share it unsolicited. So when you solicit it, they really like to share it. Comment below and let me know what you think. Say yes in the comments if you agree. Caption this if you've got a funny picture or something like that. So the key is this: ask for what you want. The next phase is connect. This is where you take it off of the timeline and into the direct messages. So once you've engaged in the post, you move it to the direct message. Here's my strategy. People are always like, well, what do I say? I'm just going to give you mine. And this is what I've used very successfully. I like to start it with a compliment and a question. So someone comments on one of my posts, or maybe I'm in a Facebook group. I have a social domination 365-day calendar I tell you about. Anyone who gets that, you actually get a training on recruiting in Facebook groups. And I have a whole strategy. And so whether you're in a Facebook group or someone is commenting on one of your posts, you can basically send them a direct message, give them a compliment. Hey, I thank you so much for commenting on my post. I looked at your profile. It looks like, all right, something like, you have beautiful children. Where are you from? If you know where they're from, if it's obvious, you might say, I see you're in Alaska. I see you're in here. What type of business are you in? And so I'm starting a conversation. I like to give a compliment, ask a question, find similarities. So if someone is entrepreneurial in nature, if they shared some books, if they're into personal development, I want to find those similarities and point them out. The reason why I want to point them out is simple, because people like people who are like them. People who like people who are similar to them. And so if you're a personal development fanatic, you're going to tend to like other people who are personal development fanatics. If you're into cars, you're going to gravitate towards people who like cars. If you're a vegan, you're going to typically hang out with other vegans. If you're into barbecue, you're going to hang out with other people who like barbecue. So I want to find similarities, and then I want to help them and offer an opportunity. Okay. If and only if they're interested. This is a big key. I am never sending someone a presentation or anything like that unless they've told me they're interested. Okay. And listen, I've made the mistake on this. When I first started trying to recruit online, I would use this strategy and I'd build a little rapport, or I wouldn't. And I'd just say, hey, I'm in the most amazing opportunity. We have this and this and this. And, here's a presentation. Call me afterwards. They never said they were interested. And I got very little results. What allowed me to start having huge results is when I started qualifying people. And so here's a couple quick examples. You seem super ambitious. I don't know if it'd be a fit or not, but I help people earn money from home. If you're open, let's have a quick call. If not, no big deal. Just thought I'd ask. I'm going to give you my philosophy. Do you send a video or do you get on the phone? Here's how this is just my strategy, and this is what's worked for me. And it's worked. It works a lot. If you get someone on the phone, you're going to have a higher closing ratio every time. But a lot of times people don't want to get on the phone. In this day and age, it's a texting society. I mean, I remember my brother. It's like I send him a text message. I call him. He doesn't answer. I send him a text message and I go, hey, man, call me. And he sends me a text message back going, yeah, man, what's up? Like in his mind, texting is calling, right? So it just is what it is. People don't like to get on the phone a lot. Now, here's how I do it. If I say something like, if our conversation has a lot of rapport and they seem like they're really interested in what I might have, then I'm going to get on the phone or get on Zoom. If they're kind of just, they're open. If I say, if you're open, I'd love to get you some details about an opportunity, about a product, whatever it is. And if they say, sure, then I'm going to send them a video. If they say, oh my gosh, that would be amazing, I'm looking for something right now, then I'm going to get on the phone with them, or I'm going to get on a Zoom. I'm going to say, awesome, let's hop on a Zoom. Are you free right now? Right? Or I set a time. So that's kind of how I differentiate between sending a video or getting on the phone. Okay. Next, I love your attitude. If fitness is a passion of yours, I help people become wellness coaches. If you're open, let me know and I'll shoot you a quick video that explains everything. If not, no big deal, but I thought you'd be a great fit. Okay. Again, offering an opportunity. All I'm trying to do is help people. And if they don't want to take the help, I'm cool. Now, some people are going to get pissed off. It's okay if they get, it's really not going to happen a lot. If you've built rapport and you're kind of like, hey, cool, either way, you're not going to get a lot of people pissed off, but hey, you still will. How dare you offer me an opportunity? How dare you try to help me? You know what? That's cool. I'm going to leave that alone and move on. You have got to have thick skin. And here's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people have a misunderstanding on is you got to go through a lot of numbers. It's like, oh, I've talked to so many people and no one's enrolled. I go, how many have you talked to? Oh, at least 10. Well, did you talk to them or message them? Well, I just messaged. You need to talk to more. Okay. I love your sense of adventure. If you're into travel, I'm going to partner in a new concept where we help people make money from traveling. If you're open, let me know and I'll shoot you a quick video. Again, super easy. Final stage is close. Now, there's good news and bad news. The good news is when you're recruiting on social media, there's way more people. You can present to way more. The bad news is you'll have a lower enrollment ratio. So what you lack in your closing ratio, you make up for in more numbers. You got to be okay with that. Then you get on the phone or Zoom, and that will triple your closing ratio. If they're open to getting on the phone or Zoom, triple your ratio easy. 3 things they want to know. Does it work? Can I do it? Will you help me? So you want to answer those questions. It works. Giving examples and success stories. Can I do it? They need to see that there's a system in place for them to be successful. And will you help me? So you need to let them know that yes, you will help them. And you need to ask them to join. So if they've seen a presentation, if you're on the phone, this is core selling 101 and closing 101 is you need to ask people. The number one reason why people don't join your company is because they are not asked. And then it is a numbers game. You need to go through the numbers and have a daily method of operation. Every day, I'm going to reach out to this many people. I'm going to pique this many people's interest and do that over and over and over and over, and you'll develop a ratio, for every X number of people I reach out to, I'll end up closing this many people. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about is I'm just going to give you a quick resource. This is something that has helped a ton of people. I developed this because the number one challenge that I had, the challenge that I had in the beginning, and when I surveyed my list, my database, asking people, hey, how can I help? The number one thing was, I don't know what to post. I don't know the first thing to do. And so I created Social Domination. It's a 365-day content calendar, gives you ideas for every single day of the year. And so I'll break this down for you. It is a fully editable calendar. And so I'll give you a quick example here. If you see the screen, there's check marks so you can hold yourself accountable. Gives you ideas to post Monday through Sunday, every day of the week, every day of the month, and we give you an entire year. In fact, we give you a little over a year. So we give you tons of different ideas that you can check off. It's editable, so you can change it. You could even create if you want to do a video calendar, you can copy this and create a video calendar for it. We also give you 52 question posts to create engagement. If you were to do, and these are copy and paste. So if you were to design these on your own, you'd spend at least $260. These again are fully editable. You have one question image for every week that are designed to create engagement on your profile so that you can generate leads and close sales. We have 52 inspirational quotes handpicked by me that are copy and paste. So very, very simple. Within the calendar, you click, you grab the image and you put it on your social media profile. Beautiful designed posts for every major holiday. Most of these are US holidays. We do give you a list of every other holiday. If you were to have these designed, you spend $140. Again, you click, copy, paste, very simple. I give you a social media cheat sheet. These are 65 different posting categories. In fact, I think it's 66 posting categories that I've created where you never have to wonder, what can I post? Because you've got all these posting categories that give you ideas. We give you a set it and forget it automation training. So if you have a business profile or a page, then you can just automate this. In fact, if you look at my social media, I'm posting multiple times every day. You'd think, man, this guy has no life. The reality is we set it up once a week and it takes care of itself. In fact, we'll load it up a month in advance. And so in some cases, and so we'll show you how to do that easily. I show you how to set up your profile as a powerful influencers. A lot of network marketers are missing the boat on this and they're screwing it up. And so I want to show you how to set up your profile. So when people see it, because let's be real, when you reach out to people, they're going to stalk you. They are. So you need to be stalk worthy. So that's what this training will do for you. The real world value here, easily over $1,000. If you wanted to have all these images designed on your own and create the calendar, all this stuff, I mean, our team spent so many hours. We spent months and months and months putting this together. And so if you want it, just go over to socialdomination.com. It is very inexpensive. The value is huge. I make it very inexpensive because I want to over deliver in a very big way. In fact, on the screen, on the sales page, you won't even see everything you get. We over deliver. So the whole showing you how to recruit from Facebook groups and all that, you don't even see that on the page. We just give it to you once you become a member. And so hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonies, positive comments and all that in the members area. This is actually a community. So when you get in there, it's not just you, it's you and an entire community. And here's what I want to end with today. Here's the big question that I think is an important question for your life is, who will you decide to be? You ask most people who they are and they say, oh, I'm a parent, I'm a carpenter, I'm a cashier, I'm this, I'm that. Those are all great things, but it's not very powerful. If you want to live a powerful life, you need to become a powerful person. And that becomes from saying, you know what, here's who I decide to be and here's who I'm going to show up as. So years ago, when I decided that I was going to figure the social media thing out, I said, you know what, I'm going to be one of the biggest social media influencers in the networking industry. So I got to start showing up that way. And if I hadn't made that decision years ago, I don't think I'd be where I am today. And so I'll just give you some examples of some things that I came up with years ago. I said, you know what, I decide to be a legendary leader. I decide to touch, move, and inspire people. I decide that I'm not just a millionaire, I'm a millionaire creator. I decide that I'm an impact maker. I decide that I'm a difference maker. I decide that I'm a top earner. I decide that I'm the motivator to the motivators, not just the motivator to the masses, the motivator to the motivators. I'm the leader. And again, this is not me saying, please don't think I'm trying to brag here. This is what I'm deciding to be in my head. I'm saying, you know what, if I could be anyone in the world, I would be the leader that other leaders come to when they need to take their leadership to the next level. So these are the things I told myself well over a decade ago. I'm a leader among leaders. My legacy makes me immortal. You know, and here's what's so cool. You may do a live video and something clicks in someone's mind because of that live video that you did, and their life will never be the same again. And they'll know you forever. And that legacy is something that will live beyond you. It's one of the reasons why I write books is, in a sense, I want to be immortal. The reason why I do these videos is, in a sense, I want to be immortal. I want to create so much value that in my lifetime that I'm remembered far after I'm gone. If you look at the greats like Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn, who are no longer with us, but their message is still with us. And I know that's what you have within you. You have a message that is waiting to get out. And I don't know what the message is. You may not know what that message is, but there's no one else in the world that is like you. No one else in the world can connect with a certain group of people like you. And that certain group of people, your people, are waiting for you to step up and become a powerful leader. And hopefully I can help you do that. And so again, if you want this, hop over to socialdomination.com. You will see all the details and you will love it. So listen, I appreciate you guys hopping on so much. Have enjoyed this. I've had a ton of fun. And, you know, I like to do these from time to time. Again, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, be sure and hop over there, mattmorris.com, and you'll get my daily emails. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you love most, and see you guys soon. Take care.